How I spend my day as a digital marketer. Getting your work done isn't enough if you want to succeed as a digital marketer. What makes the life of a digital marketer complicated is algorithms. From Facebook to Google to Instagram to even LinkedIn, pretty much all platforms have their own algorithm. And the issue isn't that they have an algorithm, it's more so that they continually change their algorithm. In 2020, Google made more than 4,500 algorithm updates. That's roughly 12 updates a day. Now, as time goes on, Google makes even more algorithm updates. So this year, you can expect way more than that. Now, you don't have to keep up with each and every single algorithm change, but you have to keep up with the major ones. Either way, it's a lot of work, but as a digital marketer, you can't spend all your time focusing just on algorithm changes. There's much more to do. And here's how I spend my days. 5 a.m., I get up. I'm an early riser, mainly because my kids wake up early and they cry, so you gotta pick them up, feed them their milk. I love it to death. And then I brush my teeth, and then from there, I work out and I shower. I typically get done with all this by 6:30 a.m. at the latest. And if you're wondering how, my workouts are high intensity interval training, in which I can get them done within 15 minutes, 30 minutes at the latest. You can find them on YouTube all day long for free. I usually follow a guy named Joe, the body coach. And as I mentioned, the lessons are usually just 15 to 20 minutes and they don't require equipment or weights. And when I'm traveling, I can do them too. 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. This is when I answer emails. Even though I go to sleep with my inbox checked, I wake up with a lot of emails. Keep in mind, my company has over 700 employees and 900 plus clients. So I gotta answer those emails. 7:30 to 8 a.m., I read. Typically, I read what's happening in the economy or even in the marketing industry. From Google stock price to algorithm update, I try to stay in touch with anything happening with the marketing industry, as well as the platforms that are publicly traded. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., phone calls. I spend a lot of my day on phone calls. In the mornings, I have 2 hours blocked off for phone calls. I try not to make them long. I usually try to get most of my calls down to 15 minutes, not 30 minutes, not 1 hour, 15 minutes. Sometimes they drag on to 30 minutes. I hate scheduling hour calls because they tend to be inefficient for most things. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., I look at people's marketing. Seriously, I block off an hour in my day to study other people's marketing. And not just people in my industry. I literally look at sites in all verticals. And that way, I can see what they're doing, what's working, and learn from them. You can use tools from UberSuggest to SimilarWeb to give you this data. This gives me ideas on what people are doing, and maybe I can take some of those approaches and tactics and apply it to my industry. 11 a.m. to noon, more calls. As I mentioned, I talk on the phone a lot. And when I say a lot, I really do mean a lot. Most of my calls are about marketing, growth experiments, and ways we can grow even our own business. Noon to 1 p.m., this is my first meal of the day. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but I do intermittent fasting, and this helps give me more energy. I'm not saying you should do it or you shouldn't. It's just how my body operates. I also don't really eat much sugar, and I don't drink coffee. I also try to do meetings during lunch so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. If I don't have a meeting, I'm usually able to finish up my lunch in 15 minutes. 1 p.m. to 2:30, I create content. Whether it's for social media or videos or even blog posts or just thinking about ideas, I create time for content. For example, I write my own YouTube scripts. Even if it only takes a few hours to film 16 videos each month, it takes me roughly 8 hours to write out my scripts and come up with ideas. 2:30 to 3 p.m., I play with my kids. The beauty of working from home is you can set your own schedule. The way I clear my mind and relax is by having fun and playing with my kids. It's not for the longest time, but I make every moment count. And when I'm with them, I'm playing with them 100% of the time, paying attention to them 100% of the time. I don't have my phone. I'm not distracted. I make my time count. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., more calls. It's rare that I'm on the phone for less than 4 hours a day. At least for 1 hour of my calls, I talk to other marketers. And here's why. I can see what they're doing, what they're testing out, what's working for them, what's happening in their personal lives as well, because some of these people are friends. And I tend to talk to other marketers in the later part of my day because they have more free time because they're not busy cranking and working on their business or working at their job. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., I read. from industry websites to news websites like BBC. I like to know what's happening in the marketing industry as well as what's happening in the world. Keep in mind the world affects marketing. For example, we saw this in 2020. COVID shut down a lot of factories and it caused e-commerce to boom. That's an example of what happens in the world can affect marketing. 6 p.m. to 6:30, I eat dinner with my family. I don't do this every single day, but I do try to eat dinner with my wife and kids whenever possible. Majority of the time, I do it. I want to keep my family as a unit, and I think it's very important so that way when my kids grow up, they understand the value of family time and spending with each other. 6:30 to 7, I help my wife put the kids to bed. I play with them a bit, read some books. I have to convince them to go to bed or take a shower. It's always a fun experiment negotiating with little kids. 7 p.m. to 7:30, spend some time talking to my wife. My wife is super easygoing. All she asks for me is 10 minutes of undivided attention a day. I feel that's not giving her much, so I give her at least 30 minutes. And of course, I talk to her throughout the day because she's home. So in theory, I spend more than 30 minutes with my wife and my kids each and every single day. But I do like to block off some time just for my wife so she can tell me what's happening in the day, what's happening with the kids, anything I should know about, any help she may need from me, any things that we have to plan for the future. And 7:30 to 8:30, researching. My brain is a bit weird. I tend to want to learn about things like space, history, new technologies, or even other businesses. For some reason, I can't turn my mind off when it comes to working or learning, so I just lean into it and give my mind what I want. 8:30 and beyond, I check emails, get ready for bed. One note is I actually check my emails each hour when I'm doing other tasks, but I want to make sure my inbox is fully clean so that way before I go to sleep, I don't wake up with too many emails, or else I'll be in the morning responding to 500 or 1,000 emails. So that's how my day as a digital marketer. Your day may be different, and that's okay. You got to figure out what's right for you. Don't take my schedule and think that's the only way to be a digital marketer. Adapt it to your life. Figure out what you want to do. Take some things that you like from my schedule and put it into yours. And take some things that you don't like in my schedule and don't add it to yours. I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.